How do you guys feel?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Sarah, since you're starting, just wanted to say, I noticed that in the closing scene, Johnny had kind of mentioned about how, he summed up the remainder of his funds to find a newbie writer in Hollywood. And so I'm just kind of curious, is that you? And if that's so, how do you feel about your story and, delivering Antonio's story to the world?
Well, that was me. And I've been in LA for 10 years. I didn't go to film school, and I've always felt that the film and the product of a film, it's all about having the power of one person to say yes. We don't need to go out and find exuberant amount of people to help us to do this. And so in that I kind of felt as though like Tony was looking for a writer and I was looking for a subject. So that was the way that we were able to connect and, and to go through that.
He did an amazing job. Amazing job relaying his story.
Yeah, I think the funnest thing about making this project, and I think that it's a very important one, is that, as writers, we can create whatever we want. We can pull material from anywhere. And truly, when we sit there and we watch this film, it's a true story. This person was Gerald's age when he went through all of these things. So I think that's pretty impactful. I think the message is very strong in that regard.
Fantastic. To add to that, Tony, now how does it feel to have your story on the big screen for everybody to see?
Well, it was pretty amazing to finally watch it tonight, even though I've seen it several times through the editing sessions. But it was great. It was kind of sad too because, like she said, it is a true story. And I actually have to go in for federal sentencing tomorrow on this whole money structuring case. But I'm just glad that we were able to. All the timing worked out perfectly with everything that Sarah and I have been working with for the last couple of years, and then we met Gerald at the right time, and his schedule permitted for us to actually get this thing done and completed and actually get on the road.
It was a great team effort.
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
A really great team effort.
Yeah,
everybody coming together like this.
All the producers, Matt, G-Eazy's manager, is also co-producer, and Sarah and Tuffy, the editors, everybody who helped out.
Brian Shear.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Brian Shear, somewhere out there in the audience.
Perfect. Well, Gerald, congratulations on your first time acting gig. I gotta say, you really handled it well. It was very, very. You don't see too many people from the music world step into, some big shoes to fill as a lead actor, and you just knocked it out the park. It's a little hard for me to believe that it was your first time acting. I kind of feel like that's a little bit
no
pushing
kindergarten play, no high school theater, none of that.
Natural born.
I'd wanted to get into it for a long time, and we talked about it within our team, saying this could be something in the future, but it's about timing, and it's about it being right, making sense, connecting with the character, the story, everything that has to do with it. And the timing was hard. Doing it, the week before my album came out, flying from Norway to LA to fit 3 days in there while running for president. So,
yeah, of course. Why not? Right?
But again, it was it was a story I connected with and related to. Me being from the Bay Area, and it just worked out. I'm glad it did.
Yeah, I think the timing was really great. I think a really good career move, and it'll be really interesting to see how things work out for you as the next Leonardo DiCaprio. So as having now accomplished a big role like this, especially one of this intensity, just because it's really unusual for people to just kind of land right into a lead role with the amount of dialogue that you had. How do you feel about having accomplished this and having a lead role under your belt, especially one with this much depth and tone and intensity to it? Also, especially getting to have our EP on board for the duration of the shoot.
It was a huge challenge. Sarah helped me through it a lot and gave me tips because, I mean, I brought the script with me in my backpack, and even when we were flying all around the States all month, over to Europe on long flights, it was like, flights is the only time I really got to sleep. And although I read through it and spent time with it, I was nervous. I mean, I'd never done anything, so showing up on set and having to memorize, but she helped, like she just put me aside and we would, go through the lines together and walk through it. And also the cast, I mean, I really think you learn by doing in anything. You learn by getting your feet wet, not by, standing on the side and, studying everything from a outside perspective. Is get your hands dirty. And everybody on set, helped me. And I wasn't scared to ask, to say, like, yo, I've never done this before. Please, anything you can kind of, throw me a bone, like, give me some tips. But just going about it one scene at a time and focusing, zeroing in. And he told me to listen. He said the biggest thing about acting is listening and having patience and not, overthinking things too much.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming aboard with us. So one last question for Mr. Miano on the end. So you have been in well over 200 feature films. So I'm wondering, I'm wondering what exactly drew you to being a part of this short film?
Well, I got a call from, I believe it was Sarah or Mario, and they asked me to read the material. They had some material they wanted me to read. And, everything starts with a story, with a good story. And I read the script and I said, wow, this is really interesting. And I said, yeah, I would love to be part of this. And, we went back and forth, which role, what role. And anyway, I have to say that I was so pleasantly surprised tonight. I mean, the work that Sarah, this was really wonderful, wonderful work that you did, and Anthony, I mean, the script, and Gerald, I mean, you were wonderful. I mean, really, everybody that worked on this project, it was obviously a work of love, from the heart. It all came from the heart. The minute you walked on the set, you knew that everybody was really passionate about what they were doing. So I just want to say how happy I am, Sarah, to have had this opportunity to work with you and be part of Tunnel Vision. And Gerald, I mean, with you, man, the sky's the limit. And so thank you all. And again, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robert. Let's give him another round.